like some kind of Google operating system one.
No, I'm going to get Windows.
Microsoft.
Yeah, I know.
Not a Chromebook.
No, I know. A laptop. I can find one.
You don't like Chrome?
Here's one for $139. I swear to God.
I know Chrome. Chrome.
No, this is a computer with Windows 10.
Huh.
It even includes Office. It's a thin laptop, AMD A4 9120 processor, 32 gigs of storage,
Wow.
2 gigabytes. This is and it got a.
I don't think you want one better than that.
What?
That's probably a refurb too.
Shut up, big troublemaker.
I bet it is refurb.
I just want to know, do they have? They may not have the whatchamacallit though. It may not have Ethernet. How do I know if it has Ethernet?
I can't believe they would not have it.
No, I mean it may not have the socket for Ethernet. I don't see it. They don't. Doesn't have an Ethernet.
That really is bare bones.
Well, where will the specs be on this? Okay, here.
Avoiding trackers, all for free. It's that simple. Take back your privacy online with DuckDuckGo.
It doesn't say.
Privacy simplified.
Where are we at?
This computer is awful. Oh, never mind. Don't waste your money.
It says that.
You know. Oh.
The manufacturer says that.
No, actually, there's some good ones.
Job done with a dedicated team of associates who only serve pros. They stock the top-rated brands you need, offer curbside loading, and can even...
What do you get? 139 gigs.
I know. That is why Lowe's is the new home for pros.
Denver's talk station. All right, we're back, Denver. iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Okay, put you on mute.
Here, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's talk. Mark, you have a comment. Go ahead, Mark. Caller Mark, what's going on?
To get a spot on your show, if a little commercial for our business, but just got back from downtown to look around 16th Street Mall and all the different stores to see how many were boarded up, how many were damaged, and there's an awful lot of damage down there. And it just spread all over the city. So really was surprised. I was trying to see if I could help some of the customers out there with that they're going to be filing they're going to be filing the claims for their damages to their property that were done by the looters. And nobody's around much because they've all boarded everything up and gone home and waiting for things to change, I guess. But what I'm concerned about, of course, as a public adjuster, I own Media Spec.
Now, Mark, who are you? I mean, no one identified who you are. Who are you?
Mark McFadden, Media Specs Public Adjusters.
Okay,
here in Denver.
What were you? Because we have public adjusters on a referral list. I wanted to see if you were one of those. So you were going downtown to see if you could help people, and what happened?
Well, I couldn't find any of the owners because they had already boarded up their buildings and gone home, and I guess they're just waiting to maybe file a claim, waiting for an insurance adjuster. I'm not sure. But all those people are going to need help because these insurance companies are only going to pay at about 40%.
Why?
On the dollar.
Why?
Well, I'll tell you how they do it. In fact, I had a spot on Colorado's Best last fall, and basically the story was, here's an insurance claim of $1 million house.
Yeah.
The insurance company gave my client $27,000, and the total of the claim was $30,000. That's all they gave them. So I showed them on the thing. Here's the estimate that the insurance company wrote. I said, notice the number of line items for the roof. It's 12. That's the last line item. Now look at our estimate here. Our estimate for using their software, doing exactly the same thing they do. We have 27 line items. I said this claim was paid at $30,000. We took it to 112, and the insurance company paid it.
Good.
So this is what we do for people.
That's exactly right. And go to Colorado's Best and tell them all about it, since that's where you advertise. We have great people that we know and trust that are public adjusters. We believe in public adjusters in general. Specifically, we believe in Paragon Services. We also love Claims Pro. Peter and he's gotten crap, man. Incredible. Original offers at $250. He's gotten him $753. We had one offer at $14,900. He went to $103. Peter did one that was $180,000. He brought him to over $400,000, and that's publicadjuster.pro. 833-252-4600, and that's Claims Pro. We love public adjusters, and that's cool. So keep up the good work. Joe, you have an issue. What is going on with you, Joe? What's happening?
Hey, how you doing, Mark? Hey,
what's happening, man?
I'm with.
What can we do to help you, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's going on?
Great. Hey, I purchased property in Washington State 2018 in August. And in all the confusion with the closing and everything, I forgot to collect deposits, safety deposits, because we had renters on the property. There were two units that were occupied as renters, and I forgot to collect the deposit from the seller. Now, one of the tenants has moved as of last month, and it just hit me that I did not collect the deposit. Do I have a case against this seller? Because he's now ignoring my calls. He's saying, well, sue me for the money. I'm not going to give it to you.
Okay, so you're the landlord, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the seller, you say, why wouldn't you, aren't you the seller if you're the landlord? What am I missing here? You own the home, right?
No, he bought it, Tom.
Oh, you
I do now. I purchased from the...
Okay, got it.
Back in 2018.
I got it. When did you make the purchase?
It should have been on the escrow.
Right. It should have been, and most likely if you had a title company do it, they accounted for that. Are you saying that the renter now wants the deposit back?
Yes.
But you were never transferred the deposit when you bought the property.
You need to pay that guy his deposit.
You need to pay the deposit if you're the owner. But here's the deal. You can go...
And if you don't pay it on time, it could become a really big issue.
I think... but again, I don't know. Did you take over the lease?
Yeah, he assumed the lease.
Then if you assume the lease...
I had my own property manager.
Okay.
The issue with Washington State is...
Just take the other guy to small claims court, but pay the renter.
Yeah, but here's the deal. This guy may have made his deal based on the fact that he wasn't going to, give you the deposits. He didn't have to if you negotiated it. You really need to look at your closing docs to make sure it wasn't accounted for on the balance sheet. Are you sure it wasn't?
Yeah, I've reviewed it, and in fact, my property manager now, who is talking with my broker back at 2018, the broker said that the seller informed the escrow that I was going to keep the same property manager, and therefore the deposit would stay with the property manager. That's what he told escrow, and therefore escrow didn't pursue.
By the way, did you keep the same property manager?
No, in fact, he fired his property manager a month before we closed.
Okay, so he's a cheater.
Told him I had my own
he's a cheater. I would go after him for it, but you may not get it. It's not as automatic as it may seem. You can go after him for it and say that he breached an agreement. He never gave you the money, that he was unjustly enriched by it. But, or have this tenant, tell the tenant to go after that guy directly because he signed with this guy. Now, he may not want to do that, but he could possibly get treble damages if he does. No matter what, it's a mess. Okay, Joe? You owe the deposit as the landlord who inherited the lease. You owe it. Now, you have to try to get it from this other guy if you want. That's it. I mean, I think he might owe it to you, but what if this guy says, first of all, you have nothing in writing. There's nothing to prove that he told the title company that. There's nothing to prove that. He can simply say, we made our deal knowing I was going to keep the deposits, and that's why it wasn't accounted for. I can't help, but it should be in the written agreement somewhere. If he was going to, if you were going to forfeit the right to get that deposit, it should be somewhere in the writing. I have a feeling that in small claims court you would win, but you got to try it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Bennett, go ahead. What's going on with you, Bennett?
Hey, Tom, I called you last week about a fence being down.
Yes.
And one of your staff members recommended 2 companies, and one of them was Tom's Top Notch Painting.
Yeah.
And I know he's on your list. Let me tell you how good these people are. He called the other day and said, I have to cancel the appointment. I broke my wrist, but you get another estimate from another company, and if you think it's too high, I will come out free of charge and assess if you're being cheated or robbed.
Huh.
Now, how good can you get?
That's pretty cool. I'm glad that you had a good experience. Thank you, Bennett. We have more coming up. By the way, One Clear Choice Garage Doors, they have their prices online because One Clear Choice Garage Doors believes in their prices. They have the great prices for service, for emergency service, new doors, new openers. OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
All right, you're clear. Master Router coming up first, and then you have your fill of law about a minute after.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino.
Hey, I think that's the first one I've heard about that. A landlord, I would say his realtor screwed him.
Is sponsored by Lowe's.
As the lunch-hour drive
And?
continues, just one crash off highway. Yep.
Can you, before the next break, play that 30-second Larson I have there?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right, before the next break. I can even say this word from Larson.
Highway 119.
Whatever you dismiss.
All right, good. Thanks.
Not going to reopen until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. And watch out for construction up in the high country on westbound I.
You should ask how much the deposit was.
The right lane is blocked.
It was like $1,000.
I bet you it's a lot. Huh?
You know what? If I was a renter, I'd say, yeah, it's $3,000.
630 K-How.
Lowe's is working harder than ever to help pros get the job done with a dedicated team of associates who only serve pros. They stock the top-rated brands you need, offer curbside loading, and can even deliver right to the job site. Service like that is why Lowe's is the new home for pros.
Master Router Plumbing, there we go.
Listen, 24/7 emergency service. Anything goes wrong plumbing-wise in your house, maybe even a gas line leaks. These guys are great, and their pricing's great. Now, if you just need something done like a new faucet installed, maybe a new shower, maybe you're redoing your bathroom, maybe you're doing your basement and you need help with the build-out, these guys are the plumbers. They can save you a lot of money. They show up on time. They do great work. They also have great discounts for people in the military, senior citizens, and my favorite, single-income families also receive
I've already tipped.
Okay. With Master Router Plumbing. Here's a phone number. Write it down. I always say, if you own a house, you're going to need a plumber at some point. Now you know who to call. Ready? 720-434-3406. Write the number down. 720-434-3406, and you can always find them at referralist.com.
Have you still not refined 1 minute till full over? You're kicking yourself in the head. Rates are at historic lows, so take advantage of our new fast track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 3.125 rate and APR with our no closing cost 30-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you refinanced in last year, we can still probably save you money. All it takes is a 5-minute phone call to find out how you can save up to thousands of dollars a year. This amazing 3.125 rate and APR won't last long, and our new fast track loan process can get it done in record time. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. It's the biggest.
You did good yesterday in golf, Doc, though?
Yeah, played pretty well.
Good.
10 seconds.
You kick your ass,
Okay,
your friend's ass?
I got it.
No, he beat me.
Oh, damn it.
But I give him
Guys.
6 strokes.
Fuller Law, John Fuller, the place for free legal advice when you need it the most right after an accident. Of course, you take care of your injuries, but if you have injuries in any kind of an accident or other kind of injury, call John Fuller. Review the case. He'll do it free of charge. You'll go over what he thinks it's worth, and if you believe you should hire him, it's on contingency, which means he only gets paid when you get paid. John Fuller. His website, personalinjuryco.com. He's also at referralist.com, or call 303-597-4500.
Are you in Barrett? Smile. Dr. Barrett's with Barrett's Dental here to tell you it doesn't have to be that way. My team and I go above and beyond, taking the time to ensure you feel safe at my office and are comfortable receiving the care you need to have a beautiful, vibrant smile that you deserve. At Barrett's Dental, we offer total dental solutions, which means we can handle all aspects of your care in one safe location without the need to refer you out from doctor to doctor to doctor. If you do feel safe at my office, it's the last place you have to visit for honest and excellent dental care. We can solve your problems no matter how complex they are. Call my office today to set up a free consultation. We'll take great care of you.
If you're looking for a safe place for your dental care, call Barrett's Dental today at 303-731-1308 or visit denverdentist.com for your free consultation. Mention KHOW and you'll receive 50% off on the first $1,000 in dental services.
You said you have to give them strokes?
Yeah. We barbecued last night some strip steaks from
Costco ones?
They were unbelievable. It was so good.
And one crew to you for your complete safety and satisfaction. In these unsure times, depend on Excel. Locally owned and operated 27 years. Quality products, top-notch installation, and rock-solid warranties. I've known the owner, Jay Bretts, from the beginning. A charter member of referralist.com. I've trusted him on my home. You can too. 303-761-6400. 761-6400. Excel as in excellent. ExcelRoofing.com. And remember, with Excel, you don't pay a cent until you're content. 303-761-6400.
Who's doing that one? Is that you?
ExcelRoofing.com.
Wow, that doesn't sound like you.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Have you been lied to? Lied to by Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine? Hi, I'm Inc. Magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen. And if you're over 55 with an IRA or 401k, I want to give you a free copy of my new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because according to Time Magazine, Wall Street's 401ks have failed millions of Americans. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough. And since then, I discovered a way to grow money potential double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free book and talk to a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double
Back in about 30 seconds, gentlemen.
losing the market crashes. Call 800-493-1770 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, when you call right now, you get free shipping and handling, no credit card required. And I'll send you a free copy of the audiobook so you can listen in your car. Call 800...
10 seconds, gentlemen, we're back.
800-493-1717. That's 1-800-493-1717.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. We have two updates here. Let's talk to Michael about Chase. First, I wanted to recap what the original problem was. And Michael, give us... I just want to give the number out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We want you to call us if you have any problems, questions, or complaints. We've been doing this for 40 years, and we can help most likely. Michael, what's going on with you? What was that original problem you called about?
30 seconds I need. Okay?
Yeah.
4 months and 10 days I've had a fraud case going on with Chase. Okay, I over-talked you earlier, okay? Deputy Daff told me to get my paperwork and notes together to send them to Deputy Dan, and he would send it to your Chase Angel. 2 minutes after I hung up the phone, it was resolved. Chase called me, Debbie called me, and it's all resolved.
Cool. What happened? What was the original issue?
I tried a CBD off of a company in Florida, and I got sick on it, and
Oh, that one. Okay, yeah. Okay, great. Excellent. We heard you. I remember it. That was just this morning. Wow. And you got it taken care of already. We really, that's great news, Michael. Thank you. And thanks, Deputy Daff. And Deputy Dan, did you do that, or Deputy Daff? Deputy Daff. Okay, now, Daff, you have an update on Airbnb. What's happening there?
So the call this morning from Matt, he had heard about Hawaii is shutting down and extending the shutdown because of COVID-19.
Yes.
And he called to try to cancel his Airbnb that was coming up in July. And so I sent that information to my angel at Airbnb, and he responded right away. And what he said was this Airbnb for July was just booked. And so it was booked May 15th, so it falls outside of the extenuating circumstance policy for Airbnb.
Yeah, but they extended the shutdown, though.
But Airbnb has not extended their policy yet.
Oh.
And so really right now it's a wait and see. And he encouraged Matt to get in touch, and anyone who's dealing with this with Airbnb, that they get in touch with their host and consider rescheduling and work together on that. And if that doesn't work, then escalate it to Airbnb.
Wow. Do you know what? There are so many of these problems. I think another frustration is going to be another quarantine. I see it coming. I see government.
Oh, I don't see that coming.
It's not working right now.
I don't think they could shut down the government again, man. I think they kind of learned their lesson.
Deputy Doc was saying that VBR, vacation rentals by owners, have seemed to be really better than Airbnb when it comes to... And he called up and canceled. He had no problems. But, Mark, you don't see them shutting down stuff again?
No, I don't see them forcing businesses to close again. I just really don't, even if the ramifications are...
I don't think they're going to close them down either. What I think they might do, though, is make the restrictions such they can't make money.
Yeah.
Restaurants and theaters.
Well, in a way, they're doing that now.
Right. That's true. Theaters I don't know how theaters will ever come out of this. I don't see it. I mean, unless there's a vaccine. We have a problem. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Listen, I've been talking about this internet filter called SaferNet that I think everyone should have. It encrypts all your information and keeps it safe. That's the first thing. But it also gives you control over all your computers, laptops, cell phones through this filter. So you can control how much time your kids spend online. You can control where they surf. You can put it on your business network. It will totally prevent viruses. It will prevent malware and viruses and any kind of ransomware. And all you have to do is run the app. And it's just, it's under $3 a month for the devices once you get a few of them on there. It's really cheap. SaferNet.com. SaferNet.com. More coming up. We're all dealing with the COVID-19 virus in our own way.
We may be putting off other business. One thing you should not...
You got your Sheridan Autotech and Dove Pros about a minute into the break.
Simply will not go away. Take this time to let Larson Tax Relief give you relief. They're at full speed ahead. That means Larson Tax Relief
Both short,
can
right?
take your tax concerns off during this stressful time. Call them now, 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON-TAX.
So, Dan, since we had pizza today, we'll get hamburgers tomorrow.
Now, impact traffic.
Would you like those?
Thanks for doing that. I appreciate it.
All right, well, tomorrow's hamburger day.
The cleanup stages on the northbound side of Santa Fe at C470. Watch out for a little bit of delay there. Back out.
And you golf like in the 90s, low 90s, huh? Low 90s height, mid 80s to 90s.
Highway 119 is close to Boulder Canyon at
what handicap you have?
I'm a 17 handicap.
2 o'clock this afternoon. And watch out for construction up in the high country.
30 seconds, Sheridan Autotech, Dove Pros.
Tunnel, the right lane is blocked. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be mostly sunny today, nice with a high of 84. Right now, 74. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Sorry, Mark, I just took you off there.
Than ever to help pros get the job done.
10 seconds, here we go.
Associates who only serve pros. They stock the top-rated brands you need, offer curbside loading, and can even deliver right to the job site. Service like that is why Lowe's is the new home for pros.
You're going to want Sheridan Autotech for honest value, experience, knowledge, and convenience. They have 2 locations. SheridanAutotech.com is at Colfax in Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth. On Havana, in Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. In business more than 20 years with thousands of satisfied customers. Not just regular maintenance, although that is like they're your car nanny, but they also do emergency repairs and fixes right away, and you can trust them. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutotech.com. Also, you've been hearing this special with Duct Pros, Colorado.com. The strongest truck-mounted equipment, plus they come inside the home to each and every vent and clean from there with air compressor tools, and it's just $290 for 10 vents. And then each vent after that's just $15. That's really cheap. Plus, free antimicrobial fogging of your entire system. Now more than ever, we need clean air in our homes to get a fresh start. 303-578-3510, 578-3510, DuckProsColorado.com.
What's the most important? All right, you're good. According to rarity. And now, the COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in the creation of a modern rarity.
When the West Point Mint was shut down due to health concerns, 240,000 emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollars were minted in Philadelphia for 13 days only.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that's it. Those coins. I talked to Mark, and he said to have that lady call him directly. Okay. Should I call her, or do you want to call her? Okay, so this is Mark's number.
To learn more about these emergency production 2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins, call 1-800-473-0982. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coins bonus package, a $10 value free every order. Call 1-800-473-0982.
Because he had questions and stuff. Okay, everything. I'm cool.
2020 American Eagle silver dollar coins before they sell out. That's 1-800-473-0982.
Inomax knows sleep is essential. Your current mattress might be telling you the last thing you're getting is a good night's sleep. You can hit your local mattress store for a good dose of more of the same, or you can be safe and smart and go to Inomax with technologies to transform your sleep to an unprecedented level. Inomax offers everything that goes in, on, and under your bed with oodles of options in digital air, double coil, gel, memory cell, fluid, and natural latex. Explore the science of comfort at Inomax, where you'll get individualized VIP attention from a sleep consultant at their spacious showrooms in Loveland at the Outlets or in Central Denver at I-70 and I-25 for easy conversation with the experienced Inomax sleep team. Call 800-INOMAX, that's 800-INOMAX, or click on Inomax.com to further your education. Inomax has products at every price point to satisfy your sleep needs, and tell them Mike Rose sent you.
Don't miss out on some of the all-time lowest interest rates. You can still buy or refi with Ideal Home Loans, safely, remotely, securely, locally owned and operated. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I don't take my recommendations lightly.
Yeah, I tell you what, just
20 years ago, and he's more committed
COVID thing.
loans at the lowest rates.
No, I'm full. I'm full. I really am. Thank you, though. I can only eat one piece. Otherwise, I tell you, the worst thing I hate is feeling stuffed. And it takes so long to become unstuffed, so you feel uncomfortable for. A friend of mine says, "Yeah, I hate that too," but he keeps eating.
Is a phone call, 303-867-7000. Everything to gain. For your next Ideal Home Loan, idealhomeloans.com. 303-867-7000.
Yeah, this girl was shot downtown. God damn it. Guy shoots her right out of his apartment house. Shoots this girl right out of his apartment house downtown. Kills her, wounds her boyfriend. They were walking the dog. 12 noon.
Was it jealousy?
No, he's like 37-year-old guy.
What was the motive?
They don't even know. My son said because he pissed on his lawn, but I read that the dog pissed on the lawn.
So he shot him dead?
That's what he said, but I didn't read any of that.
Working from couch and moving everything with your like a microwave. Lunchtime.
And then he took off. They caught him in Pine Junction, Colorado. He took off for the mountains after he shot him.
To keep your team protected from anywhere, couch included.
Yeah, but do they have grammar fonts?
IT orchestration by CD.
Yeah, I guess it was because of the dog.
What's that?
It was because of the dog.
Did you read about it?
Yeah, it's right here.
630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear KHOW while you're working from home.
Getting 630
We're back. Here we go.
radio.
Denver's
The
top
dog was
station,
pooping.
available on over 2,000 devices.
Hi, Tom Martino. 13 Talk 713-8255. We got calls for another hour. You can call us at 303-713-TALK 713-8255.
You know, Seattle looks like Thunderdome out there, man. I mean, it is the craziest thing. I can't believe people are, you know, checking IDs coming in and out. They don't want any cops in there. They basically have seized the town, or at least an area in the town.
If you think about this, I mean, authorities are backing themselves into a corner. Even though we want to respect rights of people, we don't want violent police. We don't want black people being killed, black men being killed by police unfairly, you know, like just unfair treatment all around. We don't want it. But the problem here is not everything goes. And that's the delicate balance. We can't just let everything go. How is this going to end? How long will they occupy it? Is this basically
it's crazy?
So what happens in other cities when people decide to take over? I mean, are we just
the mayor of D.C. actually allowed
Tom, you there?
Basically gave him a permit to go paint the street.
You're back up.
Which is absolutely insane.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I mean, what's going to happen? What's going to happen ultimately? How do you think it's going to end? I mean, you can't.
How about if you live there and you got to show some thug with a M16 your license just to go to your house? How about the businesses that apparently are getting shaken down like the mob used to do? It's nuts.
Here's the problem. We're mistaking normal law and order for violent oppression. And it's not. Just because we have some violent, disgusting cops, and some racial tension and what you might call institutional racism in certain areas, it doesn't mean that anything goes. I mean, why can't American people can accept that? But what's happening is a lot of people, in their desire not to have conflict and not to appear hateful, are now letting people go too far. Can't we just see that? I don't think anyone would fault authorities for taking back the city, for the residents saying we can't do this. It's not right. I mean, you can't just let people do what they want. Why is this hard to understand? Yeah, we don't want violence. We don't want violent, disgusting police. Okay, fine. But we do want police, and we don't want people taking over cities. I mean, what if this now spreads? Are we supposed to now let just people rule? Okay, radicals will now rule because we have decided they're better than we had. Are normal people going to put up with it?
No, because here's what's going to happen.
We'll have civil war. We will have civil war.
The property taxpayers, the businesses, they'll move from the areas. Chicago's going to feel this big time. Seattle's going to feel this big time. D.C.'s going to feel it big. Wouldn't you get the hell out of there if you own property there at this point?
Yes, and it's called life is its own teacher. We are in perilous times right now because now we think any police action, any law-abiding, any law enforcement effort will be construed as hateful, racism, oppression. So then what? We go for the oppression of the other side? I mean, look at these people. That's not a free area. People can't even go to their own homes without showing IDs. But when there was an idea of ID cards being flashed around in other states, oh my God, there were calls of racism, calls of nationalism, calls. I mean, it was the most disgusting thing you could ever do is ask for IDs. Now it's being totally accepted. It's funny how people can switch their beliefs on a dime. It's not okay to protest. You're a murderer. It is okay to protest. It's your right. You can't ask for ID cards. Oh, it's okay. You can ask for ID cards. You can oppress us. If you're the ones oppressing us, it's okay. If you're the ones oppressing us, it's not. It's still oppression. It's still wrong. God almighty, I don't know why people can't just see common sense. They're afraid of being called hateful. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Don't.
And you know, the governor, the governor Inslee is the one that ran for president, right? He was running for president again. Oh, he's a big guy. He's a big, tall guy. He's a Democrat. He got out pretty quickly.
Okay, hold on. Ants what? Ants, yes, what?
Oh, I was just going to give you my opinion on something.
Oh, no, can you do it on the air?
Sure.
That's what I want. Yeah, okay.
So Donald Trump issued a threat to the governor of Washington. If Seattle doesn't clear that zone, he will.
He will.
Which is, I think, appropriate.
I disagree.
What? You can't have people taking
state rights.
No.
I know, but if the governor...
It's not states' rights.
I think it is. I do. I think in fact, it's going to hurt the state. Well, it's going to hurt the federal too, because they won't get the taxes from there and stuff. It's going to hurt the state a lot worse than it's going to hurt the federal government. And let them, because it could turn into a bloodbath, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I do. I'd like to see all these fucking Antifa people get killed and then say, where's the police? How come I'm not getting, how come no one's being prosecuted for assaulting me?
I think what's going to happen is something's going to happen there to set them off. And it's going to be a fight within. And then they'll probably need the police at the time, but they'll say, it wasn't us, it was an outsider that started everything. But it's the governor in the. I guess I was arguing with Doc there. Is you can't bring in federal troops there. It should be up to the states. That's my opinion.
Can't the president mobilize the National Guard? Only the governor can, right?
Well, no. He can mobilize the federal troops.
I know that.
But like I say, really, it's Governor Inslee just sitting back there. You remember him.
Yeah, but you got to clear. You can't have anarchy in a 6-block zone. People taking the law into their own hands.
But if you have the governor saying it's okay.
Why is the fucking, you see, they're backing themselves into a corner.
Oh, this is a lot younger picture of him. He's a big, tall guy. He went out pretty quickly in the running for president. Mark, do you remember him?
Britain has the world's second highest number of confirmed COVID-19 deaths. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London. Say that again, Dan.
Do you remember Inslee? He ran for president, the governor of Washington State.
Soccer officials say it has become clear that
I saw him probably this last time or years ago.
No, this last time. He went out fairly quick. Big, tall guy, almost as tall as the Bloomberg, not Bloomberg, New York mayor, de Blasio. De Blasio is a tall guy. He's a big dude. Oh, God, yeah.
Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory.
6'5".
Every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's. We're going to if you're one of them. And if you're not, we're going to give us a try with this special offer.
Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover.
But both the mayor and him say just stay out of our business. Told Trump that.
Well, what are they going to do then?
7750
Well, like I say, I think you've got to let the state handle it. Unless they say call it in, I just don't think it'd be good. What do you think on that, Mark? You think Trump should go in there or let the state handle it?
Oh my God! If Trump went in there, no, that is not good.
Exactly.
I do not think you send the feds in there.
Exactly.
That mayor fucking begs on their knees.
You bet. Right. Exactly. That's the only way. But both of them both the governor and the mayor say stay out of our business.
I think that's a win for Colorado when you bring all sides together.
It would be nothing but.
It'd be a bloodbath. Exactly.
And your law enforcement professionals.
Let them learn. They're going to be asking for money soon.
See, that's the thing that's going to bother me. Is New York is going to be asking for money, Chicago, LA.
Do you know CNN doesn't have one story about Seattle here in the front?
Oh, you're kidding me.
Where is it? Oh, right there. Right there. That's it. That's it.
And it's negative Trump, where they tell him to go back to his bunker. The mayor told Trump to go back to his bunker.
Troubles in the Tech Center Drive. Got a stalled semi blocking the right lane southbound I-25 approaching Arapahoe. Seeing a little bit of backup there.
I don't think the president can just send the military in, by the way.
Is shut down through both.
Well, no, there is. He's got to put in act. There's an act that he can put in. And it was used once before.
River Road got the left lane blocked for road construction on that stretch. The weather forecast. Well, it's going to be mostly sunny today. Nice with a high near 80.
I wonder why Stetson can't make a fucking ice maker. I mean, doesn't that just seem ridiculous?
It does. It does. Oh, you were going to come up with that update, Mark, and tell them about that contract. Do we want to get her on? Should we get her on? Okay.
I'm watching the first golf tournament since the COVID.
They can't build a fucking ice maker.
Well, I thought it was just like a drain thing that they had to modify it.
Insurance called Become the Banker. You put money into it in addition to your premium.
The first golf tournament after COVID, they're playing but no spectators.
Along the way, you get to use
That's so weird.
credit cards, so you save interest and have a
They probably like it. I would say as a golfer, you'd like it.
Wouldn't you? I don't know. I mean, these guys, they get
investment. Check out my video at Become
I
the
think
It would just be like me and you golfing now.
Yeah, but they want fans.
Storms are going to start rolling through Colorado.
You think?
And if you
I think so.
Then why do they hit balls every now and then at the fans?
exteriors
You know, golfers are so courteous to the fans.
No, I know. But every once in a while, a ball goes in there.
You know what the Ryder Cup is?
Yeah.
Okay, it's a big deal, right?
Yep.
A bunch of the players said, without the fans, it's going to take all the atmosphere away from it.
Oh, really?
Because it's such intense.
Well, that's Europe against the U.S.
Right.
and stuff.
And the fans go nuts.
Right. No,
And it would not be the same without the fans.
every once in a while you get a fan that'll screw up. And
Yeah, but it's so rare.
It's the Troubleshooter Show.
Mute. I'm Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're here to help you to solve problems, answer questions, and take complaints. Well, what do you think? I mean, what would you do, seriously, if a multi-block area of Denver was taken over by people? They feel oppressed. They feel police are terrible, and they want to take over a part of the city. What would you do? And to come and go into that area, you have to show ID. Do you remember when asking for ID was considered racist? Do you remember when showing ID was considered oppressive? There was not one progressive in favor of people demanding IDs. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I'm not making this up. Now, the very first thing done when this area of Seattle is taken over is demanding IDs.
So I'd like to know what you think of this whole thing going on with taking over areas of Seattle or other cities.
Someone's going to get killed quick. That's what's going to happen. Someone's going to try to loot somebody's house that's got a gun, and
I
it's all going to start.
I want to make this clear. I'm on the side of civil rights. I demonstrated when I was younger. I am on the side of civil rights and nonviolent police. You know what I mean, as far as when they're not provoked. I mean, if they have to defend an area or fight crime, that's one thing. But you know what I mean. I'm all in favor of the recent sentiment about better trained police, nonviolent police, battling systemic racism. Who could be against that, right? I mean, who is? No one. But the problem is you get people like me and other people who are in favor of this. Doesn't matter who you are, what race you are, what ethnicity you are. Let's say we all agree on the things that have been brought out recently. And now then you have a certain faction going off and taking over parts of a city. What is the end game here? What happens now? Do we all have to agree with that now? Because we've all agreed that violent racist police are not good and that systemic racism is not good. And we all agree that we should be one community, and I'm all for that. I mean, I was for all love and peace in college. I mean, I really, honest to God, am for this. I love it. But then what happens? I'm not for violence. And we're decrying violence on one side and then committing it on the other. So I don't get that part. That's the part I don't get. Now, I get it.
I like your question about endgame. What is the endgame there? I don't know. What is it?
What's going to happen? I mean, what's going to happen?
Violent standoff.
Does anyone believe this is a good thing? Does anyone believe this is a good thing? I need to know what you think. Now, I know we say we're going to get the opinion of a young black man because we have one on staff right here that works with us every day. And I will, by the way, because he said he wanted to mention something. I want to talk to Ann first. She called in. And I really want to know. And obviously, if you have a problem, question, or complaint, we will help you, okay? Please call us. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We're here to help you with all problems, questions, and complaints. But I can't help but ask, does anyone think this is right? If authorities act against this group who are taking over part of Seattle, will they be considered hateful and wrong for doing it? Then how does that reconcile? Ann, what's going on with you, Ann?
Hey, Tom. Well, one, I'm a little upset with Channel 2 KWGN. They ran a story, early this morning, like the 5 to 6 hour, where they said all was peaceful in Seattle. And, of course, I didn't suffer that. I called their newsroom and said, what? And, of course, I was hung up on. So that's just wrong. That's fake news.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they can say. How can they say all is? Well, I mean, maybe it is peaceful right now. I don't even know right now. I haven't checked recently. So, do you think? I mean, I don't know where you stand on any of this that's going on, and I'm hoping that you're aligned with doing away with racism and violence and all that, right?
I was raised in Virginia. Of course I am. But there's thugs in every race, creed, sex, profession. Doesn't matter. There's thugs in everywhere. And this guy Chauvin deserves to go to prison for a very, very long time.
Right.
And I think we'll find out there was some relationship between he and George Floyd. They had a falling out somewhere along the line, and this guy just took advantage of it. He's a thug.
So, anyway, what do you you also wanted to mention something else you called about?
A nice thing. I want to give a shout-out to Nick's Garden Center out in Aurora.
Okay.
I went out at a bad thing for Tagawa Gardens. I go out there with their May coupon that expired June 30th.
Okay.
I bought $63 worth of stuff, and I presented it, and the woman recoiled like I was, a monster, and says, oh, no, we don't touch your paper. What? And I said, look, what do you mean you're not taking this coupon. It doesn't have a UPC code, and if it did, I could hold it up to the plexiglass. It ended up with the manager finally sending me a $5 bill with not a single note saying, I'm sorry. I go over to Nick's Garden Center a few days later, and I have a coupon, buy one, 4-pack of petunias, get a free one.
Yes.
She couldn't find them. She said, just go get a pack of petunias, go get 2, and I'll give you 1 free. Just as nice as she could be. And retailers have to realize people are not, the money they're spending is mostly precious. Now more than ever, retailers need to train their staff to be nice.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Be nice. That's a good philosophy. Be nice. So thanks for your comments, Ann. Again, this autonomous zone in Seattle has been taken over. We're not even sure who this self-declared Capitol Hill thing is. I mean, does anyone know the makeup? I mean, are they young, old? What are they?
They're just a bunch of antiques.
They're not even sure who to talk to.
Yeah. They've blocked off and taken over several blocks of Seattle.
They do have a list of demands.
Do they have a list of demands? Did you see what the demands are? What are the demands?
I didn't see that.
I'd like to. No police. What does that mean? No police. No police. What do you mean? No police department? Right. They have to disband the police department? Right. Oh, come on. And what else? See, this is where I'm telling you people are painting themselves into a corner. Because if we align ourselves with Black Lives Matter, which we should, and anti-violence, anti-racism, that doesn't mean you have to align yourself with anarchy. I mean, it just doesn't necessarily go together. But they're setting themselves up to be some kind of righteous group, and if you attack them, you're going to be hateful. Here's a guy with an automatic weapon checking IDs before people can come and go into that area. Now, could you imagine if a bunch of conservatives took over a city and started looking at IDs? Think about what would happen. No, think about what would happen. What do you think the media what would they report? What would talk show hosts say about it? What would people say? The TV talk show hosts and stuff. What would they say? Oh my God, they've gone crazy. But no one's saying that now, you see. They're saying, well, we understand, and, what's going to happen? What are the demands?
The police department to be
abolished. They want you. Okay, here are their demands. They want to abolish the police department. What else?
We demand an end to school to prison pipeline.
An end of school to prison pipeline.
Abolition of all youth jails.
No more youth jail.
We demand that the city government nor the state government, but that the federal government launch a full-scale investigation to pass in current cases.
Can't hear him.
The federal. Okay, he's saying that they want to pass. They want the federal government to investigate brutality, police brutality. That's the first one of those demands I can understand. I mean, you can't just abolish the police department and do away with whatever this pipeline is from school to jail. I don't understand it. But anyway, what else?
There's 15 others, but they're not.
There's too many things. There's too many things to go over and respond to. Anyway, Wally, what's on your mind? 303-713-TALK. Wally, what's going on?
Well, I don't know if it was Seattle, but one of these groups in one of these cities is demanding their own black hospital. Now, how racist can that be?
Well, I hadn't heard that. I mean, did you really hear that from? But who is that?
Yeah, it was on the news last night.
No, that's night. That's one of the Seattle
black doctors and nurses to.
That's one of. I'm sorry. That's one of the Seattle demands, I guess. Okay, so
I'm sorry, I missed that. An all-black hospital?
I don't think it's
like black doctors, black patients, nothing. That's a bizarre one.
It says black doctors and black nurses to handle black patients.
I can tell you the reason why for that.
Go ahead.
What is a lot of the black community believes that there is a huge disparity in the healthcare system in which white patients and patients of other colors are treated like or cared for versus black patients. So they feel like black nurses and black doctors would be better suited to take care of black patients because they would actually give a damn, as opposed to how they feel like there are disparities and racial differences in the current healthcare system. So that's why they're advocating for a black hospital.
Okay. Okay, we got more coming up. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino.
I can't let that go.
Clear.
I have so many black patients.
I'm responsible for this contract. I can literally be booted off the air.
That I feel
Yes, sir.
insulted because I had so many black patients and they were all treated the same as my white patients.
But this is just the black people thing.
Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You've heard me talk about Frank Duran, the real estate man. No one can do better for you than Frank. We have handled so many cases where Frank came in to help. Frank is a good guy. Now, if you're looking to list a property,
there is a huge...
You can't do better than Frank Duran. If you're looking to sell a property, you can't do better than Frank Duran. And he doesn't hold you to a long-term contract ever. If you want out, he'll let you out. But the problem is nobody does that because he does such a great job. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We get glowing reviews and never a complaint. Whether you're buying or selling, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Now let's talk about roofing. Johnson Construction. Now, roofs by Johnson. I know Chase Johnson personally. I know this company, and they handle all kinds of roofing, including EuroShield, hail-proof roofing. They do flat roofs for commercial purposes, multifamily housing, and they have tile roofs of all kinds, and they can probably match yours. They have one of the largest salvage yards or tile boneyards around. Plus, of course, regular roofing. If you want someone you can trust, and you know roofing is risky, you can trust roofsbyjohnson.com, 303-719-ROOF. Johnson Roofing and Restoration. A green roofer as well. He recycles as much as he can on every job. And of course, the hail-proof roof is made from recycled tires. Roofsbyjohnson.com.
So there's 19 demands.
Barrett's Dental here to tell you it doesn't have to be that.
There's 19 demands.
You know, he wasn't talking about every doctor. He didn't claim shit. He said these people are saying that the healthcare system
right, and you know what's going to happen is
that's what he was saying. It wasn't a tit for tat.
Absolutely.
That's why they have that demand. Again, I'm trying not to make this, personal back and forth. It's a radio show.
Understood.
Okay.
We can solve your problems no matter how complex they are.
They want a retrial of all people of color.
Yeah, this is not going to end well.
They want a retrial of all people in color in the prison system, currently still in the prison system for a violent crime,
I don't know what's going to
by
happen.
a jury of their peers in their community.
And you'll receive 50% off on the first $1,000 in dental services.
Don't miss out on some of the all-time lowest
Most crimes are tried in the jury of their peers in their community, though.
Right. They got a couple of good demands. Like here, we demand the city they get rid of all prisoners currently serving time for a marijuana-related offense.
How did they get control, by the way? How did this happen?
Because of legal virtue.
It is now. It is now. But apparently there's still some
See that
people.
police station over here? They abandoned the police station, and then they just decided that they were going to take over.
In the prisons, I don't know if they went retroactive or not, Mark, on that. I don't know.
Oh my God, you would have to. That would be so absurd.
I agree with you, but I don't know that. I don't know that.
I mean, unless it was like, 40 pounds of marijuana.
We demand justice for those who have been sexually harassed or abused by the Seattle Police. A pound. A pound. I can't.
It may not be stomach issues.
Socialized health and medicine for the city of Seattle. Free public housing. Free public education. Naturalization service for immigrants to the United States.
No matter what I did, they never went away.
We demand they be all.
How come we can't read about it?
General community developments.
We
How come the CNN doesn't have anything about it?
Oh, this is the, where is this here?
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up with even one symptom.
The good news? EPI
So I'm not sure if they're going to hang out for that.
The right diagnosis. You have to break it down for your doctor and get specific about the severity of your symptoms. Visit identify.
They've broken the demands down to 4 categories: the justice system, health and human services, economics, and education.
Who's in charge?
The one with the biggest gun.
89. Dodging a couple of stray storms this weekend. I'm Fox 31 pinpoint weather meteorologist Brooks Garner.
The Bob Evans
He who has the biggest gun is in
wants
charge.
to remind you to drive sensibly as you get behind the wheel a bit more now. Drive smart and drive safely to shop at your local grocery store. For Bob
I'll tell you what's going to happen if they only let black.
Denver's Talk Station. Available everywhere.
They'll be bitching about their care was substandard.
630 KHOW and iHeartRadio.
I've never heard that before.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. I'd like to hear from people on what they think the end game will be in Seattle, where they have taken over that block, or there's several blocks, and if it happens in other cities, what do you think should be done? Look, this is where we go from being sensible and having great ideas, coming together as a country to discuss racism and to discuss less violent police, better trained police, and all of these good things. And then you get people going off the deep end, I call it, and taking over city blocks and making these outrageous demands. Some of them aren't outrageous, but where does it go? Where do we go from here? I'm just asking the question. I can't see good things happening here. Obviously, we can't just have different parts of cities taken over by factions that just declare themselves in charge. We can't have it. Wanda, what is your comment? 303-713-TALK. Listen, people, if you want in, if you want heard, fine. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, give us a call. But it's kind of hard with this going on in our country not to talk about it. Wanda, what's going on with you?
Yeah, I heard a lady call in a few minutes ago about how nice she was treated at the garden store and everything, And, I think people would treat each other better if the customer went in with a good attitude and treated the people that worked there with a good attitude.
We hear that.
And then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
By the way, we hear that. We hear that often, is that some customers can be real jerks. What are we supposed to do?
More flies with honey.
Yeah, we've heard from businesses who said, well, we didn't give them a refund because they were a jerk, or we didn't do this because they were a jerk. And you know what? Listen, here's what I say. I think it's more of a business's responsibility to deal with those people than it is for a people to deal with a business. Because you're in business you can ask them to leave and just not deal with them. But to say, I'm not going to give this one a refund, but I'll give this one a refund, if they're all exactly the same except one is nice and one isn't, I don't know if that's right either. I mean, if someone deserves a refund, they deserve a refund. But I also agree with you that people aren't nice a lot of the times. They go in with a chip on their shoulders when it comes to business. We have companies all the time that do their best, and yet we have people who absolutely are jerks, that from the time they call them up, they just have a chip on their shoulder. They might call for, let's say, that free check of the furnace and cleaning for $39, and it's almost like they don't really want it to be true, and they look for problems. And wasn't there the one guy, Mark and Dan, that there was the service was $39 for the cleaning, but somehow the furnace was not accessible? There was something about it.
Oh, right.
Was there something in the way? Right. But there was something in the way.
He couldn't get out. There was pipes.
Might have been a trailer.
There were pipes in the way and all of that. They couldn't get there.
And they said you get rid of.
Oh no, I remember. It was installed improperly. They actually had the gas lines where they weren't supposed to be.
Right, and they said we can't do this because we can't get to it. We have all these lines in the way. We can't even get to it.
Yeah, then the guy threw a fit.
And they said, look, if we do this 99% of the time, but I mean, if your furnace is installed wrong where we can't even get to it because the lines are in the way, we can't work around these gas lines, they shouldn't be here, then they get all kinds of pissed off. But we have often, though, people, I say, who call or go to a business with a chip on their shoulder. So how does a business deal with it? I think that a business needs to be consistent. If they're going to treat people, if they don't want those kinds of customers, they should say, I don't think we can meet your needs, or they just turn away business. I don't think there's anything wrong with turning away business, so long as it's not for an illegal purpose. I mean, you turn them away because they're rude. You don't have to take rude and obnoxious behavior if you're in business. You can say, we'd rather not do business with you. And if enough people get that over and over, I think that would be a good thing. I mean, I've often said, businesses are open for reviews, laid bare. I mean, anyone can go on and write a review about a business without even having used them. They can go on and write a review. I think they were jerks, even if you never used them. And people do it all the time. And I think that people should be open for the same criticism. Again, I want that database where people can be scored on how they dealt with businesses. Why not? You have credit scores on how you pay your bills. Even Uber and Lyft, they score you on what kind of a rider you are. So why not have other scores? What would be wrong with it? This person is always difficult to deal with. If enough contractors put that on a site and people could look at it, then maybe people would say, you know what, we're not going to go over there and give a bid. What would be wrong with that? Based on behavior, that is. I think anybody should be able to make that choice.
Uber does that.
And we accept, Uber, we said that. Uber and Lyft have, they score you. In fact, how do you find out what your score is, by the way, on Uber and Lyft? Is it well known to people?
You can ask it. Just ask the driver.
Okay. And they'll tell you what you are as far as a score. Isn't that weird? And then there are, you don't want to hear this, and maybe I shouldn't mention it, but look, truth is truth. There are churches now keeping track of every single person in the congregation and how much they give, or if they don't give. Now, I'm not sure why they do it, but they do. They absolutely keep track of every single person and their giving history. Just like people on the Starbucks app can go and find out.
There's churches that charge for prayers. Come on.
Well, yeah, they don't say they're charging for prayers. They say that you're sowing into this and sowing into that, and they say, however, if you sow more, for somehow you're going to get more stuff done. I mean,
wasn't it Oral Roberts that said that if he didn't get like $1 million in 2 weeks, that God was going to take his life?
I don't remember the exact, but it was something like that. I don't remember exactly what was said, but yeah.
And he got it.
And I don't want to get into these ministries because, but when I heard about this one that had a $4 million sculpture in the lobby, that's when I said, come on, man.
You bring that up a lot.
That pisses me off. Or people collecting money it goes so they have private jets. I mean, come on. You got to use common sense. But anyway, like I said, there is right and wrong and dichotomies and hypocrisies all over the place. Ruth, you have a DirecTV issue. What is it? What's going on with you? 303-713-TALK. Also, please weigh in on what you think will happen in Seattle. What's going on, Ruth?
I made a deal with DirecTV in February to go from their choice package to select. And part of the deal was that they would take $25 off the bill for a year, called a loyalty.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And what happened? Well, I wouldn't doubt if they lied to you.
Well, they certainly did, because I've called them ever since, because I get a bill for $77. instead of 52.
Okay, so when you said you're supposed to take the money off, what did they say?
Well, they took it off in March, and they took it off in April, and I called them yesterday, and she said, well, we don't offer anything now except $20 off for 3 months. And I said, well, that has nothing to do with my deal I made.
But do you have proof of the deal that you made?
Yes, AT&T sent me a letter. It says on it twice, $25 off for a year, $300 loyalty, whatever.
And now Direct is not honoring it?
No. And I said, well, I will send you a copy of this letter. Well, she said, we don't have any place for you to send it.
Yeah.
So I'm stymied.
You know, the worst, AT&T.
Yeah.
AT&T, for the life of me, why they bought that dog, I have no idea. I just can't understand why anybody would spend that kind of money on old crap technology when 5G and everything else is in the winds and there's no purpose in having a big dish on your house anymore. And their billing department is outrageous. You've dealt with this for years, Tom.
Yeah.
These guys just, they deny until they're blue in the face.
Do you know that I told this story before? In California, the Better Business Bureau put a special department in to handle DirecTV complaints because they had more complaints about DirecTV than all the other companies put together. Think about that. But DirecTV sucks. Ruth, if you have that letter and you have information, if you give it to DAF, we will put someone on this to call DirecTV and get to the bottom of it. So give us that information off the air. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up. Again, problems, questions, and complaints. Someone lied to you, cheated you, ripped you off, 303-713-TALK. Or you'd like to weigh in on what will happen in Seattle, your prediction, 303-713-8255. More coming up.
Clear. Master Router coming up first.
This is Denver's talk station. With
you have your Rocky Mountain Retro phone 30 seconds after Master Router, all right?
Gotcha.
Also, Tom, I used to work for DirecTV as a manager in like one of their claims departments.
Yeah.
So I know. Yes, we were very crappy. None of us knew anything.
Really?
Yeah, I used to work for DirecTV. You know those annoying guys that like.
Yeah. Now, what do you mean? What do you mean? Do you really mean it that you guys didn't help people?
No, it's just like the fact that the DirecTV, our higher-ups provided us with so little information that all we knew how to do was to pass off calls if we didn't have any information.
Oh my God!
Like our higher-ups provided us with no information to be able to like adequately help people. It would always be call a technician or call a manager or call this guy or call that guy.
I write around 90.
So like their whole management department and their health department is very poorly trained.
With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
The Bob Evans Farms family of products wants to remind you to drive sensibly as you get behind the wheel a bit more now. Drive smart and drive safely to shop at your local grocery store for Bob Evans mashed potatoes and mac and cheese.
Hey, did you know that Master Router, if you're a commercial contractor out there, these guys actually own their own excavation equipment. They do storm drains on the commercial side, sewer drains, of course, water lines, fire lines.
Wouldn't you expect to see more about Seattle on the front page of CNN?
Emergency service. If you're looking for a good business to partner with, call Master Router Plumbing. I know the owner personally. He's a great guy. His guys run a tight ship down there. There's no leaks, if you will. Ready for the phone number? Write it down. By the way, for you residents out there or for homeowners, these guys will beat any price out there. And they'll do little jobs, they'll do big jobs, whatever you need. And once again, 24/7 emergency service. Ready for the number? Write it down. You're going to need it if you own a house or business. 720-434-3406. 720-434-3406. Or check them out at referralist.com.
We know it's going to happen. The hot weather is going to come, and then people will clamor to get their ACs up and working.
Hey,
now you can get your furnace and
hey, remember, come up with that the contract thing, Mark. You got to get that before the end of the hour. Mark, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean about that? Okay. You mean bring your contract? Okay.
Yeah, where's the teams?
Yeah.
Rocky Mountain Retro Foam is just unbelievable, state-of-the-art insulation that can make your home up to 50% more energy efficient, meaning you could save 50% on energy bills. It can make your home 80% more quiet. Listen, if you want a more energy efficient home, how about taking up Rocky Mountain Retro Foam, their offer for a $175 audit, an energy audit for $175. Listen, no matter what, that will pay for itself because you'll get tips on how to make your home more energy efficient. A blower door test, infrared imaging, and then it puts you in line for rebates for getting things done. Now, if you do need insulation, go to foamyourwalls.com to find out about this revolutionary insulation, and you will get rebates to help pay for that too. Foamyourwalls.com. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam. 720-676-6333. It's done from outside the home without disrupting your living space. Foamyourwalls.com.
A healthy and clean relationship is critical to both your mental and physical well-being. And erectile dysfunction ruins relationships. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. And we know how important intimacy is in maintaining a healthy lifestyle and in keeping your relationship.
Didn't you get the update on that Samsung
so given all that's
contract?
going on in the world, maybe it's your time to treat your
From
ED.
Appliance Factory Outlet?
Yeah. Thank you.
Unlike online pharmacies that
I'm
just
gonna put
sell
that
pills,
down here.
we offer a variety of therapies to treat
Mark
your
was
ED,
it.
with
It's
success rates
terrible
as high as
what the
90%,
contract reads.
which
Terrible.
means you can visit our practice today and likely have sex tomorrow. Our offices are not
Just let you know, in a nutshell, what it says is, sold as is, everything is sold as is. In lieu of the manufacturer and warranty, this is the warranty, and you only get the warranty if you pay for it. So you gotta buy their warranty, otherwise there is no warranty. And there's no manufacturer warranty. It's sold as is.
Well, that's okay, as long as people know that.
Well, it's on the contract.
United we stand.
It's on
That's
it.
never been more important than it is
But
today.
what I'm saying is I'm sure they were not told that.
And the nation
Right.
with the limited
And
edition
you want to see how
Truck
much
2020
you're going to bring up the
Silver
contract.
Dollars. Show your support with the limited edition American
I didn't realize that.
If people read contracts,
I
and we would have nobody calling us.
And they would never get out of the...
Well, they would never, we'd have half the volume that we do.
But you do know that a lot of that stuff is very hard to read.
have been America's money since
You know, that stuff is tough to read. I mean, not only because it's little, but it also a lot of legalese.
Call now and we'll give you a free Trump 2020 Patriots pack, including a Declaration of Independence commemorative and 5 Lincoln cents when you order. Call now to secure your silver dollar coins. Plus, get your free Trump 2020 Patriots pack, valued at over $10. Free with every order. 1-800-888-7618. That's 1-800-888-7618.
Selling a home shouldn't be a miserable experience.
Yeah, here,
But let's face it, if you're
it actually is. It says it right in the very first. This warranty is all products are sold as is in lieu of all other warranties, whether express or implied, including without limitation, implied warranties of merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose.
FastSaleGuaranteed.com. That's FastSaleGuaranteed.com. Or call 303-900-8570.
Wow, over 25 years of lifting sinking concrete across the Front Range. Brian again with advanced mud jacking. Traditional techniques that last, guaranteed. Advanced mud jacking, 303, back in about 20 seconds, gentlemen. 41, or advanced mud jacking at yahoo.com.
I bought football tickets for my husband's birthday, and now I'm in a football bubble. All I see online are articles and ads about football. I hate feeling manipulated.
It's terrible.
I downloaded Duck.
All right, 10 seconds, gentlemen, we're back.
Hey, take back your privacy online with DuckDuckGo. Privacy simplified.
630 KNOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Mark, let's talk about that contract with Appliance Factory Outlet. So she bought a refrigerator, and the ice maker went out. She could not get any kind of warranty work from Samsung. They said, sorry, you bought it from Appliance Factory Outlet. It's used. And apparently Appliance Factory Outlet buys things, and they are used when they sell them technically, even if they were never used. They're considered used by manufacturers, not covered by manufacturers' warranties. And what does the contract say? Do they tell them that when they buy it?
Well, yeah, in no certain terms. It says there is no warranty. You are buying this as is. I mean, it is very clear once you find the paragraph about it, of course.
And what does it say? Does it go beyond that?
I mean, that's it.
What about their own warranty?
It goes well beyond that. It goes, there is no implied warranty. Even if you think this was made for a reason and it doesn't do that reason, well, there still isn't a warranty. It's like that one house contract we saw that said you're buying a house, but understand this really isn't a house.
Yeah, and if it looks like a house, don't hold us to it.
That's right.
So, Mark, doesn't it say something about purchasing a warranty?
It does say you can buy an extended warranty from them. Here's the other interesting part, and this just isn't this company, this is more the manufacturer, but if you go buy a new fridge or a new oven and you want to hook it up yourself, understand, most manufacturers, I'm not talking about just this company, most manufacturers, if you don't buy the new water line for the ice maker, or if you don't buy and have that company install it, you're not going to have a manufacturer's warranty. This woman didn't do that either. So really, not only did she buy something with no warranty, they installed it themselves per the invoice, which voids the manufacturer's warranties.
So here's the deal. Does the price at Appliance Factory Outlet make up for the fact that there's no factory warranty or no factory support?
They do have factory warranties on some products. I don't want to mislead everybody. In this particular one, they didn't. But on all of their invoices, once again, they don't warranty anything. They sell it as is unless if you buy their warranty. So they're not saying there is a manufacturer's warranty or there isn't. They're simply saying you're buying this as is. But to answer that question, I don't know. I don't know how much this retails for at Costco or at Sears or wherever the hell you buy this stuff now.
What did she pay for it?
$18.69. $17.99 plus $70 to bring it out. And right on the invoice, once again, listen to what I'm saying. Customer will hook up own appliance, and there's no installation charge. And then one of the things, I'm telling you, manufacturers, if they do not install it, you could void the warranty.
Okay, but $17.99 is the actual price. I know there's a delivery,
yes,
but $17.99. I'd like to compare that model, Samsung, to others to see if it's a good price. I mean, if there must be a reason you buy from Appliance Factory Outlet, because you're not getting the factory warranty. Steve, you say you used to work there. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Tom, I used to work for them, and several of their sites have a used appliance section and a new appliance section. As a former employee, several times I would sell an appliance, and it would come back and saying it was used. So I don't know if that is intentional on Appliance Factory's part, but I just felt bad as a person that I sold this used appliance as new.
Yeah, but did you sell it? Hold on.
Differentiate on the invoice?
Yeah, did you really sell it as new, or did you sell it as used?
I sold it as new, but apparently when it was sent to the store I worked at, they said there were some numbers mixed up. But it's been a few years since I've worked there, and as a former employee, I would never, ever buy an appliance from them unless I was doing a fix and flip.
It's the old flim-flam.
Well, we don't know. I mean, like, I don't mind buying something like an open box thing or a defect or whatever, or if I know what I'm buying and I get a really good price, I can choose if I want to buy as is or not. What I don't want to do is be tricked into thinking I'm getting something brand new and with a factory warranty if I don't.
Well, I go beyond that. In this woman's case, if everything she told us was correct, they bought this from somebody that already did a full manufacturer's buyout because it's a defective product because of the ice maker. No matter what, in my opinion, they did not do this woman right in any form or fashion.
We should call them then. Of course, we should. I mean, we should and say, look, what are you
This isn't a one-out thing. This is a big-time problem where, didn't you say there's lawsuits all over the country about this stupid ice maker?
Yeah, for Samsung, but not for Appliance Factory.
Well, that's what I mean, for Samsung. And they're selling a product that has a known defect. I mean, that's kind of crazy. And let me throw one more thing out. For the life of me, help me out here. These guys make a phone that I have in my pocket, Samsung, that can virtually do everything a computer did 10 years ago. But my God, they can't make an ice maker? What the hell is that?
Well, I don't know. This company is huge, and they have a lot of good products. But apparently, the refrigerators in general are having bad reviews. Now,
my ice maker, she's never messed up. I tell her make ice, she puts ice in the tray, she puts it in the freezer, works every time.
Suzanne. Yeah. Anyway, we have more coming up.
Clear? You got your Sheridan Auto Tech and Become the Banker coming up in about 50 seconds.
Back traffic. That was sexist, Mark.
Sponsored by Westera Credit Union.
Semi still stalled out in the right lane on southbound I-25 in the tech center just before Arapahoe, so use some extra caution there.
I think I read Samsung is 28% of the GDP of South Korea. Wow.
Sluggish on northbound I-25 approaching 58 and also on westbound I-70 between Monaco and Newark. And there's a crash in the Gap project, northbound I-25 approaching Greenland. That's blocking the left lane, backing things up to Monument. Your forecast for today, sunny sunshine this afternoon, a high in the mid-80s. Will cool off to the upper 50s overnight tonight. It is 80 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
I'm sorry, 17%. Still a lot.
No shit. Your small business.
It's a huge company.
DenverIsOpen.com to get started. Then follow Westera Credit Union on Facebook and share the posts when you see them. Local businesses. Check out DenverIsOpen.com.
You've heard me talk about Sheridan Auto Tech a lot. That's because I can highly recommend Sheridan Auto Tech for repairs, maintenance, emergencies, pre-buy inspections, whatever you need, you can get at SheridanAutoTech.com. 303-455-7242. On Colfax in Lakewood, just west of Wadsworth. On Havana and Aurora, just south of 6th Avenue. In business more than 20 years with thousands of satisfied customers. That's SheridanAutoTech.com. Another thing I've been talking about through this pandemic is our people who have taken advantage of Become the Banker and not lost a dime. They're making a guaranteed 4% even through the pandemic because it's not invested in the stock market. Plus, they make a 1% dividend. These insurance companies have been paying this for more than 125 years. BecomeTheBanker.org. You owe it to yourself to investigate this tax-free account that grows tax-free, that you can withdraw tax-free for retirement, for debt payment, and more. 303-779-6600. Or make your own appointment for a webinar at BecomeTheBanker.org.
Do roller coaster markets make you nervous? With such frequent ups and downs, don't let market volatility derail your retirement. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you're concerned about the markets, call today to schedule a complimentary review of your...
I don't even remember very much police brutality coming out of Seattle. Oh, and then their police chief is a black woman.
I know. Or online, yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
And she's pissed off that they made her give up that precinct. She says my cop stood there in there getting shit thrown at them, and then you just give it up. It's an embarrassment.
Innovative and proactive marketing plan you will find anywhere. For all things real estate, do not hesitate to call 303-920-1622 or get tips online at FrankDurant.therealestateman.com.
Have you been lied to? Lied to by Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine? Hi, I'm Inc. Magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and if you're over 55 with an IRA or 401k, I want to give you a free copy of my...
Oh, it says read. These must just be people yelling this stuff out, their demand. We demand that the Seattle Police Department between now and the time of its abolition in the near future empty its lost and found and return property owned by the Denzians of the city. What's Denzians?
You lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get a free look and talk to a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get people to never lose.
What is he?
I don't know. He's talking to Suzanne.
1717 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and J.C. Penney use to grow wealthy. Plus, when you call right now, you get free shipping and handling, no credit card required, and I'll send you a free copy of the audiobook so you can listen in your car. Call 800-493.
Somebody must have got their shit taken by the cops.
800-493-1717. That's 1-800-493-1717.
Ideal Home Loans has a program to fit you. They can help you with that consolidation.
Some of their demands are okay. You know, they want all the body cams to be turned on by the cops until they get kicked out of there.
303-867-7000, idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA and MLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45 ideal.
At CDW, we get the
And then all the money for the defunding goes to these socialized health and medicine, free public housing, public education.
Slow down, friend.
Natural
CDW
resources.
will help you simplify the transition from legacy to hyper-converged infrastructure with Dell Technologies solutions that offer speed and agility.
Do it. Have you done it? Is it done yet? Why isn't it done yet?
IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com.
The Seattle Police Department and attached court system are beyond reform. We do not request reform. We demand abolition. The court system and the cops.
We demand what?
Abolition. Abolition. How do you say that? You say abolition, right?
Abolishing what? Everything?
The court system and the cops. They're beyond reform. They just want them out.
So what are they gonna, so no court, right?
No, yeah. Well, a different court.
These days, being a small business means navigating uncertainty in a constantly changing situation. So if you're
No guns, no batons, no riot shields, no chemical weapons, especially against those exercising their First Amendment right.
business resources to help you get through this, including the latest info on loans, grants, and other forms of relief. You'll also see stories about small businesses making a difference. So let's get through this together. Visit iHeart.com/smallbusiness today. That's iHeart.com/smallbusiness.
The markets are down 6.8%.
It's because that, these freaking anarchists, right?
All right, gentlemen, we're back.
I think because COVID. Oh, fuck. Mark. Mark.
Whatever they want in whatever numbers. Join me for.
Hi, Tom Martino. Welcome. Deanna's got a comment on Samsung refrigerators. We've been having quite a discussion on their ice makers, but aside from that, in general, Appliance Factory Outlet, you have to be careful when you're buying from them because there's a good chance that you're buying it as is used, and used as far as the factories are concerned, and as is concerns no warranty, and you got to be careful. Deanna, what do you have to say about Samsung?
So I have one of those refrigerators. I bought it in, I think, 2016 at Best Buy. So we had exactly the same problem. Every 3, 4, or 5 months, we had to come out, kept fixing it, and finally they just said, here's the deal. It's a bad product. We don't know how to fix it. You can keep calling us out, and we'll keep doing little minor adjustments, but we have no idea how to fix it.
They came right out and said that. What are they, idiots?
Oh yeah, I mean, I had 3 different repair people tell me.
So what have you done with it?
Well, and what was the issue? Would it just not make ice, or did it leak? What was the problem?
The ice maker would freeze up and then it would leak, but the whole thing would just freeze solid. So we have to take everything.
There is a workaround on that now. There is a workaround on it, Deanna.
They sent us part after part after part, and this went on until probably this past November. And my daughter it was one of those family hub refrigerators, and my daughter doesn't use ice at all. So she said she would take it. I gave it to her and got a new refrigerator.
Gosh, this is terrible. Goodness gracious. I hear they do have something, though. You replace the orifice that doesn't freeze up as much. That's what I heard. But one guy called in the other day and said that. And your daughter doesn't make ice, so she's fine.
She's fine, yeah. But they replaced that. They replaced the entire ice maker. They, tried to insulate it better so that it wouldn't. The problem is the ice maker sits in the refrigerator, so the refrigerator is not cold enough to keep the ice maker frozen, so it's always warming itself up.
That's crazy. What a terrible design. Thank you, Deanna. We appreciate it. I want to remind people that facing financial difficulties, winkandwink.com. I know we had Gigi on earlier in the week, and somebody wanted to know how to get a hold of them. It's winkandwink.com. They're a husband and wife team. They do Chapter 13s and Chapter 7s. 303-410-1720. 303-410-1720. Okay, so they surveyed people from the 20s into the 70s of age, and they asked them to score their stress in different areas of life from 1 to 5, 5 being the worst stress. And when you broke it all down and averaged it out, after almost 3,000 residents were surveyed, most stress, they said, comes from 20-year-olds, and the least amount of stress from 70-year-olds. And then there's a direct correlation. As you get older, your stress goes down. I'm not so sure I agree with that, but we can explore that and more in the next show. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. Save all your problems for me.
Clear.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. We're out of here.